Hello and welcome back to the Tool World Pro channel. Today we're going to talk about calipers or verniers. These are precise measurement tools for measuring 3D solid objects. We're going to take a look at 3 different types of calipers and try to decide which one you should get. Let's start off with this dial caliper, probably the most expensive of the 3. This is a Fowler Premium. And this is an all-metal design. The way you use it is you turn the dial to measure. So for example, if we take this, we can measure the outside diameter and see that it is 20 millimeters exactly, plus a little bit more. Very accurate, a bit hard to read, but it's very accurate. The second one is an all-metal design. Very large digital screen, very nice, and it also can help us measure things quite accurately. The third one, we've got a composite or plastic design, a bit flexible and yet very easy to use, and this one is very cheap. As you can see, we do have a digital screen, but the resolution or the accuracy is not as good as the other two. You only get 1/10 of a millimeter here. Now let's talk about how we measure things. So for example, let's measure the outside of this cube, 15.04 millimeters. We can measure the outside of this thread using the thick part of the calipers to get a measurement of 9.22 millimeters, and using the thin part we can measure the inside of the thread and see that it's roughly 8 millimeters. If we need to measure the inside diameter, we'll use this part of the caliper. And we can measure the height of an object using the back side of the calipers like this. And then we push it down, it goes all the way flush to the ground, and check out the result. And finally, we can measure the inside depth of an object by using the inside of the caliper and putting the prong inside until it's flush, and that is the measurement. All calipers have a way to zeroize, to calibrate. In a dial caliper, you simply move the dial around until it is absolute 0 and lock it in place. Whereas in regular calipers, let's see, if this is not showing exact 0, let's say it's like this, I can press the button 0 and it will show the 0. By the way, this function also enables us to measure tolerances. So for example, if we have an object like this, and we know that we have several objects and they all have to be 14.41, then we'll zero it at this point. And then we'll take another block, put it in place, and we'll see how different that block is from the other one. Now let's talk cost. The dial caliper, all stainless steel, all metal design, usually costs between $65 and $100 or perhaps sometimes $200. These are the professional grade calipers if you want to go full professional, the most accurate. The digital calipers, stainless steel or metal design, cost between $30 and $45. And the plastic calipers can cost between $5 and $15. The main advantage of a dial caliper that it doesn't require batteries, so it never runs out of batteries. It always works. Whereas sometimes you will need to replace the batteries with these two. They last about, I'd say, 6 months to a year, depending on how much you use it. My preference is this one. It's heavy duty, all metal casing, digital, and it's not that expensive. Probably the best return for your money. I've added links in the comments below. Be sure to check them out. If you like this video, give it a like and a share. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell button so you'll be notified whenever we come up with a new product. See you next time.